Okay, this actually kind of like brings us perfectly to the third question today, which is how strong should someone be?
By the way, I love my wife. My wife's the best. Just to point this out. Um, how strong do you need to be? That's a really good question. So, okay, I think you can be too weak and you can be too strong. But that doesn't mean anything. For me, it means something when we can talk about, okay, what are the consequences of being too weak and what are the consequences of being too strong? And I think you should be right in the middle. And what the fuck does that mean? Okay, let's start with too weak. Um, I think everybody knows when they're too weak, but we cannot interpret signals correctly. I think having a lot of non-traumatic issues, like we talked about lower back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, without traumatic events like being hit by a car or whatever, skiing accidents, so non-traumatic stuff. I think that's the number one signal of being too weak. So
Would you,
that's when you need to
I'm sorry,
go
would
ahead.
you put overuse injuries into that bucket as well?
No, because then you're not too weak. Then you're too strong. That's the other category. Let me finish my train of thought. So 2 week means you can experience pain not related to overuse or too much stress on your body, right? Problem is it will be presented to you differently because if you have whatever lower back pain, somebody's going to tell you, okay, you're sitting too much, so
Mm.
it's too much stress for your lower back because you're sitting too much. Yes and no, but what if not sitting is the problem, but not learning the skill of position tension for the three big muscles like the glutes, the lats, and the obliques is the actual issue. Um, what if maybe you can sit for 8 hours straight if you train your hips correctly? That would be fucking awesome. Yes, you can stand to a standing test, like that's gonna help, but I think it's gonna solve the problem to a certain extent, but not for you to get strong enough. So that's a 2 week side for me. I think that's a signal of being too weak. Um, what does too strong mean? Um, too okay, there's no such thing as too strong, right?
Mhm.
There's only the thing of getting injured or getting pain through training too much and lacking skills of what to actually do. Um, there's no such thing as being too strong. That's ridiculous. There's just the question is if you train 2 to 3 times a week, and I think that's the baseline for the normal people out there, 99.9%. um, there's very little chance of you training too much, right? There's still a chance of you not knowing enough, so lacking the skills, but that can be learned. That's not the issue anymore. I think investing too much time in your physical training, I think that's a major issue because what we're seeing, in my opinion, right now is 50%, and I'm generalizing, overgeneralizing way too much here. 50% of the people, 75% of the people are going towards the 2 week. So not doing enough anymore and being happy about 20,000 steps, which is a great start. But I think it's not enough anymore for our lifestyle. And 25% of people are fucking training 25,000 hours a week, right? And there's very little in the middle, literally. Um, so how much time do you have? And what's the actual baseline of how strong you should be? I've put some numbers down on the level one sheet, which I think is the very baseline, the mandatory stuff, how strong normal people should be. And that includes push-ups, pull-ups, etc. Let's take whatever, push-ups, for example. I think the baseline for strength for guys should be 20 push-ups. And the baseline for the ladies should be somewhere in between 8 and 10 push-ups. It's not one, it's not two, but it's also not 100 every single day, right? So finding that balance is crucial, especially nowadays when we're lacking time of actually doing physical education. You are you aware that physical education is actual term for kids doing that in school? So we should emphasize physical education as much as we do, whatever you want to call it, the brain education. So that means those are the baselines, and we have to have way higher standards on baselines than, okay, 20,000 steps. No, there has to be like a certain number of push-ups. There has to be a certain number of pull-ups. There has to be a certain amount of weight you can carry. We talked about the Semper clean and press before. Like that stuff that's worth shooting towards. And I think, or what I want to provide is a smooth path of what to learn to get there. Because it's one thing, Greg coming on a Zoom call and saying, everybody needs to do like 20 push-ups. Every guy needs to do 20 push-ups. Like, yeah, that's cool, but how do we get people there? And that's what the book is about, to provide a structure and a path of how to get there, because I still think people love learning, and nobody will ever take this away from me. I think people don't want to learn because stuff's too boring. And I hope we can provide it in a more enticing and whatever, engaging way. So people start liking learning to physically educate the body more in the future, right? Can I call out the guys for a second? Just takes 1 minute. Guys, you need to step up your game, because I see, and I've been in that same boat for 30 plus years, we are getting way too weak. This is insane. And I don't care if you need your strength in your daily life. Chances are you don't, because truth being told, you don't need to be strong nowadays anymore, right? There's cars, there's fucking elevators, there's whatever, Uber Eats, you don't just get your food delivered, but it doesn't matter. We need to be strong. Like, that's wired in us. I think every young boy has like a couple of professions in the head that they want to achieve, or status symbols or whatever. Like firefighter, run a drug cartel, being a CEO, or I don't know, being a pro athlete. Like every guy thinks they can become a pro athlete. What's the base of it? Okay, you earn money and respect and get hot chicks. That's basically about it, right? So do it. The book is also for you out there, for everybody that's kind of having not too much self-confidence in their head. It's like, okay, then start with physical education of your body. Like, get strong, find a path, like learning, do a couple of templates, and see how you will benefit from the benefits of getting stronger, and not from strength itself. Yes, guys, carry the groceries of your wife. That's lovely. She doesn't need it. Still do it because it's nice, be a gentleman, all that kind of stuff. But just get stronger. Trust me. Get in the process, get stronger, because this is what's going to eradicate a lot of weird thoughts in your head about what life is about. Make it simple. Take action, get stronger, educate yourself, learn the 2 skills, and you're going to be way happier. Chances are yours truly was in the same situation a couple of years ago too, but that's for another day. Use my stuff if it's useful. That's all I'm saying. I think I heard this yesterday. It's unfortunately not my phrase, but use it if useful. If it's not useful, what I'm saying, and you've tried it, it's super simple. Don't use it.
Cool.
All right, guys, that's it for today. Good questions. Bring them on. It's fun, ranting, explaining stuff. I love it. See you next week.